The Climate Action Reserve is the most experienced and trusted offset registry to serve the carbon markets. As more organizations look to combat climate change and support environmental projects with true integrity, they turn to the reserve to foster real solutions and reductions in greenhouse gas emissions. We are excited to kick off the second series of Carbon Connection and feature external partners with insights and expertise in particular climate sectors and topics across the carbon market. I am your host, Lauren Napuck, and thank you for joining us. Carbon offset programs must prioritize real permanence as it relates to offset quality. The reduction or sequestration of greenhouse gas emissions must be permanent to have value to the environment and, then in turn, in carbon markets and earn offset credits. This means that greenhouse gas reduction or carbon sequestration must provide long-lasting benefits to the environment. To represent a high-quality offset, the greenhouse gas reduction or sequestration must remain in effect for at least 100 years or have an effect equivalent to maintaining carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere for 100 years. Different types of greenhouse gases have varying heat-absorbing abilities and exist in the atmosphere for different lengths of time. The global warming potential, or GWP, measures the heat-absorbing ability of greenhouse gases in comparison to carbon dioxide. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, or IPCC, calculates the global warming potential for greenhouse gas inventory purposes over several timeframes, with most policy applications using a 100-year timeframe. Reduction projects that destroy methane or nitrous oxide are considered permanent. Once destroyed, the greenhouse gas no longer exists, and its climate impacts are eliminated. In reduction projects, technologies must be installed and operated to collect and destroy greenhouse gases. For instance, methane collection and combustion systems in landfills consist of wells, pipes, blowers, caps, and other technologies that collect landfill gas and deliver it to a destruction technology, such as flares, turbines, reciprocating engines, fuel cells, boilers, heaters, or kilns that permanently destroys the captured methane. Sequestration-based projects that store carbon for at least 100 years are considered permanent. Or for instances where less than 100 years is likely to be achieved, crediting is adjusted to reflect the equivalent 100-year impact. Nature-based sequestration projects, such as forest offset projects, involve planting and/or managing trees to increase the absorption of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and carbon storage in their biomass. Soil enrichment projects, on the other hand, increase soil carbon through regenerative agriculture and land management activities, such as no or reduced tillage, crop rotations, and more. Nature-based sequestration projects face the potential for the release of stored carbon back into the atmosphere, an event often referred to as a reversal. Unavoidable reversals result from uncontrollable natural agents such as fire, insects, disease outbreaks, and wind. Avoidable reversals result from intentional or human activities such as land conversion, overharvesting, and/or negligence. To ensure the 100-year permanence of nature-based sequestration projects, the reserve utilizes several mechanisms, such as 1. Requiring projects to monitor and verify on-site carbon stocks for 100 years after offset issuance, with monitoring and verification activities maintained until year 199 if climate reserve tons, or CRTs, are issued to a forest project in year 99 following its start date. 2. Requiring all project owners to sign a contract known as a Project Implementation Agreement, or PIA, with the reserve, which obligates project owners to undergo monitoring, reporting, and verification, or MRV, and to create climate reserve tons, our offsets, to compensate for avoidable reversals of greenhouse gas reductions and removals. 3. Requiring contributions to a buffer pool to provide programmatic insurance against reversals of greenhouse gas reduction and removals due to unavoidable causes. 4. Ton-year accounting for any nature-based offset project that utilizes a permanence requirement of less than 100 years. Ton-year accounting essentially awards a prorated share of carbon credits for each successive year that carbon remains sequestered. For each incremental year of successful carbon sequestration, the project would receive 1/100th of the environmental value. The ton-year accounting approach used by the reserve assumes that for each year a ton remains sequestered, 1/100th of the 100-year climate benefit is achieved, and credits are awarded at a rate of 1% per ton per year for the crediting period. By working with the reserve, you are ensuring permanence in greenhouse gas reduction and sequestration projects. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.